The Honorable Deputy Chief Ministers, my colleagues from Sarawak Cabinet, our friend, the Minister of Communication from Brunei Darussalam, distinguished guests, distinguished speakers, and also our key speaker and parallel speakers, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second day and the hall is still full, meaning that there is an enthusiasm as well as interest in our digital economy journey. While at the same time, I would like, on behalf of the state government, to express my appreciation to the speakers who have come all the way to Kuching and share their views on the future of Sarawak in 2030, as well as the future of the world in 2030. I would like to thank all the speakers, Sarawakku, Martinez, and all of them, for sharing their insight and to see what the world will be in 2030. I must relate you one story. After all, Einstein is talking about the concept of relativity, the physicist. I went to one bookstore, and I saw one book, green in color, and it says, "Machine can think." That's the book, "Machine can think." So I asked myself, what is this machine can think? Does this machine got brain or not? So I took the book, and inside there, talking about artificial intelligence, where the machine is equipped with all the chips, and these chips becomes the brain of the machine, and the machine actually can think as a result of that particular chips. And today we have Sarawakku talking about robots, talking about the future which is based on intellectual capitalism as well as leverage on nanotechnology as well as biotechnology. I must thank Sarawakku for giving this input. Now I believe that machine really can think. But I'm not very sure whether machines have the wisdom to think, because machines are programmed. But human being human, they have the wisdom. So that is the difference, maybe, before robot can become human, that there is still a barrier between robots and human beings. Having said that, we in Sarawak have our own perspective. We need the machine, while at the same time we need the wisdom. And Einstein, the physicist, used to say that life is just like a bicycle. You have to balance if you want to move on. I have to quote this physicist because we have our own physicists around, Sarawakku. Meaning you have to balance as we move forward. If not, if you cannot balance your bicycle, you will jatuh. You will fall down. In other words, as far as Sarawak is concerned, we need the machine as well as we have to balance our move towards digital economy and to get the right inputs when we formulate our policy. In this regard, IDECS, the third IDECS, have given us that particular input for us to formulate our policies for the future. Number one, the connectivity between the government and the citizen. Number two, to create the ecosystem where we can make use of our technology, leveraging on our resources. Number three, our talent development, including the intellectual capital. I think today we are very convinced that Sarawak is towards the winner path rather than the losing path. When we got this input, we have this input, definitely there's a balance between Google as well as the urban. I agree with the view that people have to earn a living. They go to the city because they want to earn a living. And the city creates jobs that are needed in our quest for development. While at the same time, there must be a balance between the rural and the city. Martinez mentioned just now about Ireland. She's talking about a place in the rural area, if I can understand it, where because of that connectivity, people like to have a quiet place, while at the same time they are not isolated from what's going on throughout the world. I think Sarawak is similar. We have a large tract of land in our Google areas, while at the same time we are building our city. And this city must be friendly city. Of course, certain cities, they have skyscrapers, tall buildings. But then our planning must be correct when we build our city. We learn from the mistake of others. But at the same time, we don't have to reinvent. What we can do is to learn from others, at the same time plan properly our city. That come to Sarawak plan to have what we call smart city. Smart city must be a city that is friendly to the people. And it must be connected between the city itself and the people. And that is why we have gone to various cities. We went to Shanghai, we went to Shenzhen. These are the new cities. And they are connected through that technology to make sure that the city is secured. For that matter, we would also like to have Kuching a very safe city. Now it is safe, but we want to ensure 2030 it is still a friendly and safe city. While we want to upgrade the living standard of our rural population, and our rural population depends on farming, agriculture. But agriculture has to be looked from different perspectives. It is an economic activity that will provide income to rural people. And for that to succeed, we have to provide the right input, including technology that will enhance productivity, while at the same time, through productivity, yield better income. And that is exactly what Sarawak government is doing for our rural population. Number 3, we must have that enabler. And we have to get the right technology. In order to drive the economic development of our population and identify the strength that Sarawak has. In other words, to quote the speaker, digitalize our strength. And to digitalize our strength, the infrastructure must be there. And Sarawak government is at the moment investing in this basic infrastructure. While at the same time, we have to work with established provider, technology provider. As I said, we don't have to reinvent, but we share technology from technology provider in order to create that ecosystem to flourish amongst our population. And in this IDECS 19, we have the experts giving us all their views in this transformation program. I would like to thank them all. We take note of all your inputs. Ladies and gentlemen, normally after this sort of seminar, what is the action plan? The first IDECS, we started to implement and start building our infrastructure. The state government spent 1 billion ringgit from the state fund to build the infrastructure for the first 2 years. The second IDEC, we implement what we call Sarawak identity, connecting the government and giving services to the people. Now the question is the third IDEC. What is our plan of action? The government will seriously look into all your recommendations. I will announce after I have studied all. But definitely our journey is right. The future living of Sarawakian, for that matter, Malaysian, must be consistent with what is going on in the ecosystem throughout the world. We cannot get ourselves isolated. Though it may take time, but you must start somewhere. I like the quote from our speaker, particularly Sarawakku, about science, about technology, and the wealth created by science and technology. That is intellectual capital. But Sarawak is fortunate that we have the other inputs, factors that can drive that technology. Number one, we have the energy. Just now I listened one question asking whether we have wireless energy. But Sarawak is blessed. We have hydro energy. We got surplus energy. Now we are supplying our energy to our neighbors, including Indonesia. Meaning, if solar energy, we got problem of storage and battery. As you know, battery also got lithium, which is not friendly. Sarawak has our hydro energy not on fossil fuel, but you need energy to drive. And we are blessed that we have that energy to drive our economic development. Number two, we got people. By looking at the attendance today, yesterday, I'm sure we got these young people who are very creative and who want to move forward. And with this talent that we have to develop, we may produce the intellectual capital that is needed. After all, our population, 60% are below 55. What more to say if you can live up to 150 years? Then the human capital is there. Number three, we are blessed with our natural resources. I take note of biotech and nanotech. You talk about biotech, we have our rich biodiversity. It's the question of data. You have to analyze our data based on our biodiversity resource. In other words, biotech is there. Then nano is molecule. That one we have to produce our scientists to study what we have. What I'm saying here is we got the ecosystem. It's just a matter of moving on, like a bicycle. We have to balance and we move on. That is why Sarawak adopt digital economy as a vehicle for us to move on right up to the year 2030. Beyond the 2030, the ecosystem may have changed because of new technology. Imagine you can talk to your dog or robot lawyer. You talk to your robot doctor. So the whole ecosystem by 2030 will change. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, I would like to say thank you to all the speakers. Thank you to the participants. You make it a day. And also, I would like to thank the organizing chairman and his team. Before I end my concluding remark, I want to share with you my experience about this technology. I was in a Malay kampong, in a remote area, but there is a connectivity there in that area because I was asked by the late Chief Minister, my predecessor, to represent him in that kampong to launch DG Telecom network. So I went to this Malay kampong. You know, the head, the ketua kampong was there and a group of people there. Then my watch rings. There was a call in my watch. I responded to my watch during delivering the speech. Then I said in Malay language, local language, tunggu dulu, saya pergi ngelakar. So I talked to my watch. I kata, please wait, I'm still in the midst of delivering a speech. I said, tunggu dulu, katuk ngelakar. And then this tua kampung village head was looking at me. And then we went down. We have our tea break. And he asked me, Datuk, kena Datuk ngelakar dengan jam? Why did I talk to the watch? Because if a telephone is a telephone, he knows that telephone, iPhone, you mean your handphone is there. You talk, but this one, something different. Talking to watch. Then I pun takut juga. Maybe they think this minister is something wrong with them. Then I explained to him, because of the DG connectivity, I can talk through my watch. Then dia tanya, watch tu telefon kah? I said, yeah, something like that. So I'm still okay, I said. I'm not that insane, talking of watch. That is what technology is all about. And if you were to use technology and introduce technology to the rural people who are not really knowledgeable on technology, meaning you have to apply your wisdom. That robot cannot do, but Sarawakian can do. With that, once again, thank you very much. I wish you all the best. Definitely, you have contributed a lot to our quest for development in digital economy. Thank you very much and all the best to you.